Welcome to LeKtro MMA blog, where we talk about music and mixed martial arts and leave the shit talking to the rest of the bloggers.
Ready. Fight.
Let's go.
We got the best seats for UFC. We're Hector the Outsider and Marguerite, who's known as Missy LeKtro, and she makes good beats. She's sipping mimosas while I'm drinking tea. We are outsiders. We are outsiders. Waiting on DG and Kevin. We got cheesecake heaven in the oven. I think that they're waiting for a text to leave, and they're gonna bring an ounce of weed. We are outsiders. We are outsiders.
Hi, my name is Marguerite, and this is my very first video on my new YouTube channel, LeKtro MMA. If you like music and mixed martial arts, then you've come to the right place, because those are the two topics I will be discussing on this channel, and I will be posting weekly. So for this first video, I'm going to talk about my interest in mixed martial arts and the UFC and how that kind of came about. So it started in the fall of 2024. I guess I was kind of feeling isolated from the rest of the world, and I felt like the UFC seemed like a good escape, both an escape and a way to stay connected to the status quo, if that makes sense. But so I started kind of watching YouTube videos at first and learned of Khabib Nurmagomedov, his rise as lightweight champion. And I really got interested in that. He was what really sparked my interest at first. And then so I eventually subscribed to ESPN Plus, which was the partner at the time of the UFC. And I started reading. I read a couple books, like, for example, Frank Shamrock's Uncaged, George St. Pierre's The Way of the Fight. And eventually my husband and I actually recently took some lessons where we tried to do some Jeet Kune Do lessons. We did a little trial where we took a couple classes. And we're kind of training. Our neighbor is a former Marine, so he is teaching us a little bit. And that's what we're kind of doing now as far as putting it into practice. But back then, it was just all about basically, ESPN Plus and YouTube and sort of just watching and learning. So my first fight card was UFC 311 in January of 2025 between Islam Makhachev and Renato Moicano. So my point with all this is I was a really big fan of the lightweight division at first. I didn't feel like the heavyweight division had a lot of hope for new prospects and stuff. I mean, it just seemed like it was in a dark period. But then I learned about Tom Aspinall and his rise as interim champion. He had the heavyweight interim belt. And I really liked him. I mean, I felt like he was a true champion inside and outside of the cage. So I kind of started following the heavyweights a little bit more. Then if you fast forward to June of 2025, when we all found out that John Jones had retired, I was so excited. I mean, I was just so, and I went and told my husband, and he was like, you know what? You need to start your own YouTube channel and stop just watching everybody else's stuff. You need to create your own, and that way you can get in there. So finally now I'm creating this like 6-7 months later, better late than never. So I want to dedicate this channel to my husband, Hector, aka The Outsider. And before I go, I just wanted to mention last weekend's fight between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett. That was UFC 324, I believe. Just congratulations to Justin Gaethje. He did an amazing job. Paddy Pimblett as well. That was an amazing fight, guys. And I also want to say how excited I am about the Paramount Plus sponsorship, partnership with the UFC. No more pay-per-views. It's amazing. So what a great time to be a fan of UFC and MMA. All right, guys, that's all for now. I will post again next week, so I hope you'll tune in. Please like and subscribe, and have a great night. Thanks.
We are outsiders.